Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope y'all are vibing good. Alright, based on today's episode, it really feels like we're finally sliding into a space where I can just talk about the episodes instead of all the tension and messy drama going on. Honestly, it looks like they're finally starting to pull it together. Big shout out to Flip for holding it down on a Friday. Shout out to Mona for really picking her moments smarter this time. Even though I'm sure I'll catch some heat for her, I'm keeping my critiques light. I actually enjoyed her energy on the pod today. Major props to B-Dot too. I said it when he first came on, he was a killer addition. And we already saw the moves. He just knows how to break down anything music related. Right or wrong, you respect his opinion because this dude ran the game as a journalist for over 15 years. Parks, you know what, I'm saving Parks for last. Joe is clearly in a much better headspace with his show. You can literally see the joy in his eyes when he's on the pod now. He's way more chill these days. So much so that he hasn't even been shading his co-host. Usually, when Joe gets annoyed with his pod's output, he throws it out there with jokes at his co-host. But today, none of that popped off. People are actually laughing with Joe again. The vibe in the room feels way lighter because everyone's actually getting along. You can feel it. Ice, girl, I've been hating on you lately. And don't get it twisted, that hate's probably coming back when you pop up again. But I gotta give credit where it's due. Hopefully you caught today's episode because your main rival was on and it was smooth sailing. I didn't skip a beat. I sat through the whole episode and no lie, this might be one of the best ones I've seen in ages. And yeah, I've been saying that for the past 3 weeks too. I don't know, it seems like Joe's really onto something here. But Parks, I gotta echo what everybody in the comments has been saying. I think he's locking in Potter of the Month, and we've only got about a week and a half left in this month. I'm curious though. Where's the voting happening, and is it live the whole month or just the last few days? Because Mark jumped ahead of Joe, and Mark and the rest have been grinding hard. This might end up being one of the closest Potter of the Month races in a minute, but I still feel like Parks is taking it. That dude's been cooking non-stop. He's been cooking non-stop ever since he dropped that line on the JBP Rewind episode about, yeah, it's cool y'all see me as the one-liner king, but I'm way more than that. And now he's really proven it vocally with how much he's bringing to the podcast. So big ups to Parks, guys. This isn't looking good, and I mean that in the best way. The show is definitely leveling up. But if this keeps rolling, folks are going to start asking questions about who's getting cut. And honestly, for them, don't expect anyone to get fired. Joe's finally able to run things the way he wanted when he brought Mark on. Except Mark came in hot, and Joe realized he couldn't give him the same slack he gave Ice and Ish. None of them got breaks because Mark was the main attraction of the trio. And since I don't have anyone else to fill in, I can't just leave the couch empty. Until today, I wasn't feeling Mona and Flip on the same pod, but their energy together, off the charts. You could tell Flip felt it too, being left out of the Mona pods before. Now, every time he talks to her, it's softer, calmer. He's not clowning on her or talking wild, he's giving her space to grow while still having her back. That's a huge win for Flip, which is why he's shining on today's episode. But don't go thinking Ice is gone because he got fired, even though my dumbass has been calling for that. Something's happening with Ice. I don't want to get too personal, but let's just say outside the pod. For him to have all that animosity toward Flip, all that frustration at every joke aimed his way, meanwhile he's still contributing to the laughs. I get why people want him gone, but let's be real, he's not going anywhere. Joe cares too much. We've got to see this for what it really is, because last week when Ish missed, he was on the Patreon episode. So I can see the same kind of thing possibly happening with Ice. I'm not counting him out, but I'm definitely curious to see if, when Ice hits the Patreon, everyone else will be there too. Or maybe I'm reading it wrong. See, when Ish missed the main episode and then showed up on the Patreon, we could still chalk it up to his trip or the business he was handling outside the JBP. I haven't checked Ice's Twitter feed, and normally I don't, but now that he's starting to miss episodes, my nosy ass is gonna peek at what he's saying. Last time he was talking about Resident Evil 9. I know Crimson Desert just dropped and everyone's locked in on that, so he could be all over that right now. But notice how little he actually speaks on the pod when he's not there. At the same time, you'll never catch me talking about work when I'm off the clock. I don't give a damn what's happening over there. As long as my check clears every time, we're good. So I can't throw too many hands at the Ice. But if this becomes a trend, him missing episodes and staying silent on the JBP, especially when a new one drops, it's gonna mean something behind the scenes. Shout out to Ish.
Seriously, shout out. He's rubbing off on everyone. He's not perfect at taking jokes, but he handles a ton and even plays into them. And damn, I don't know if I should make a full video on this because I'm noticing a lot with B-Dot, but that's one of the biggest things I see. B-Dot is grabbing that corny quote-unquote angle and running it into the ground. And here's the thing, I saw Mona get frustrated, and let's be honest, that was real frustration. It wasn't a joke when she called out B-Dot and said, "Leave the jokes to me," and then kept going. I've been telling y'all, this is something to watch. The first time I noticed it was with Janice Hart. Then I've seen her do it to Sasha, I've seen her do it to B. Honestly, this is just her. Definitely gotta watch out for that. How are you gonna get jealous of someone for being funny and then turn around like I'm the funny one and Mark's the— wait, excuse me, who are you again? That's why he said, "Is she having another seizure?" which had me cracking up. But damn, this is a beef I didn't even know I needed to track.
One thing I've learned about the so-called corny crew, they might not show it, but they've heard everything you say about them, and trust me, they'll fire back at the first opportunity. Anywho guys, today's episode, hold up, this is a wild take I'm about to drop, but that's how hyped I've been. This might honestly be an all-timer, no cap. I'm sorry, but B-Dot having 0 games was straight up hilarious. Parks being on his P's and Q's the whole time, comedy gold. Even Mona had her moments like, god damn, they're in the bag right now, they're in the bag. Joe must have whispered in everyone's ear, look, I know I haven't been on y'all, I've been talking about y'all on the pod, but we're starting behind the scenes meetings. This product has gotta level up. And as much as I want to take credit, yeah, we were talking about Ice being absent, Melissa gone, all that, but guys, Joe does not listen to us. He reads everything, interacts, shows love because he knows what we do for his platform, but listening? Nah, that's different. We've wanted Ice gone for years, and he's probably missed like 3 episodes tops, and this is one of them. Missed isn't even right. This is likely the first episode where Joe basically said, "Stay home if you're giving me that pissy attitude." It's one thing to clap back at Flip for jokes, but if you're coming at me about jokes I throw to get you involved, nah, stay home. Now we gotta watch for Ice coming back with vendettas, because ever since he told Flip you're only here once a week, everything shifted. Flip clapped back like, "I get paid like I'm here twice," then started getting 2 days, and now Ice is down to 1. Whoa, Joe, you can never get too comfortable in this space, ever. And somehow, I still managed to talk about 2 of the co-hosts in a video where I had 0 negatives on the show. None. Hopefully, we get a streak of episodes like this where I can just focus on their opinions on certain topics, and I feel like that's the content that could really push our page forward. I don't want to keep dwelling on the beef between grown-ass men and a couple of women. I don't. It's fun, it's entertaining, and unfortunately, over the years, I've seen that negativity drives views and cash. Positivity, not so much. Way too many times I've made straight up positive videos and y'all showed up in the hundreds instead of thousands, making YouTube basically say fewer subscribers care about this damn video. So I'm like, alright, that's why I'm saying I'm nervous, because they've been on a run of great chemistry, cohesion, and solid episodes, and I want to shift how I talk about them if this keeps up. But don't get it twisted, I'm not trying to lose y'all, cause all I want is the drama. Like the video if you're feeling it. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit subscribe on my channel.